Hello, it's Alpha here, and we are back with some more arena stuff. So this time the video is gonna be a bit more light on the commentary and explaining things, and I'm just gonna show you some of the teams that I've been facing in the top 20 this week. And the focus is gonna be on Talene teams and on Scarlita teams. I've been lately facing some Talene teams and I've been kind of struggling a little bit against them. So here are some of the teams and strategies that I've been using to win against those teams. And I'm always trying to kind of fight against a lot stronger teams than what my team is, and kind of trying to find new teams and new strategies how to win against them. So I'm just gonna show you some of the things right here. So I'm just gonna quickly kind of explain the stuff about the Talene, and then we are just gonna go into the clips. So so far with Talene, the best success that I've had is with Arden, because Arden is kind of counter into the Talene teams in a sense that he has AoE stun, so he can interrupt the Talene's ultimate quite often. So that's the one way that you can survive the Talene ultimate. And then the Talene teams are often quite light on like crowd control effects, because they usually have just like stuff like Presto and some healers and Scarlita, etc. So they don't usually have crowd control, so you can actually in some cases use heroes like Smokey that you wouldn't usually be able to use. But then Smokey is great because even if the enemy Talene is able to cast her ultimate, with the help of like Smokey and Coco, you might be able to tank the whole damage from the ultimate. So I've been using Smokey in some of the teams. So the main team that I'm kind of using is something like Arden, Damien, Coco and Smokey, and then you use some kind of tank or whatever based on what you need, maybe a damage dealer or like based on the enemy team. And then obviously if you have Scarlita, I would imagine that any team that runs like Scarlita and like support heroes to stall, then that would be like quite easy counter for the Talene teams, because then you can just knock the Talene out of the battlefield with your Scarlita. But since I don't have Scarlita at Supreme Plus right now, I'm not using her. So this is gonna be focused on like teams without any Scarlitas. And I've also had some success with using Alsa, because Alsa can deal a lot of damage and she can stun enemies with her ultimate, and she can cast her ultimate quite often. But the issue with Alsa is that it's not very reliable who she targets with the ultimate. So with Arden, the AoE stuff is always gonna hit the enemy enemy Talene, but with Alsa, it's not guaranteed that she will focus on the Talene. And also, if the enemy is running some like Thoran, which quite often the Talene teams are running Thoran as well, then Alsa is at the risk of, when she dives in, she can just die to the enemy Thoran. So I wouldn't really try to use her if the enemy team is running Thoran. But if they're not running Thoran, then you can definitely try to use her, and she will probably be quite good. But yeah, there are also still Talene teams that I can't beat. I'm gonna show you also two of the teams that I haven't been able to beat. But yeah. So let's take a quick look at some of the Talene teams that I've been able to win so far. So this is actually quite funny thing that we were able to win, because this enemy team has like Paragon 2 Talene, and they have Paragon 2 Lily May, and everything is Paragon basically. And we were able to win. Actually, I obviously whenever I show teams, I usually lose multiple times before I find a team that can win. But I'm not gonna show the battles that I lose, because yeah, it would take like really long time to show all of the fights. but once I found this team that was working, I tried it again, and I won the same battle twice in a row, so this should be able to win at least quite often against this team. So the idea behind this team is just that, like I said, we run Arden as the main damage dealer, and then because the enemy team is running this, in case you can't see what hero this is, it's Burial. So against him you don't want any of your heroes to be isolated. So that's why I'm running like all supports and Arden, because I don't want any of my heroes to move, and these heroes won't move. So we are just swapping the enemy Haven with Damien, and then basically we just kill everything. So I'm gonna show how this fight goes. Yeah, so that's quite funny that we were able to win this one. Now, if we're being honest with ourselves, if the enemy had used some different map, then this probably wouldn't work. And also, if instead of like the Star Shard spell, they were using Confining spell, I think this wouldn't also work. It might work with, even if they're running Confining spell, but then yeah, I don't know, it might work with Confining spell even, but anyway. So yeah, that was one team. And then we have another team that has like Paragon 2 Damien, Paragon 2 Brutus, and then just like Scarlita and Presto with +20, and then they have only +10 Talene. So once again, if the Talene was +20, maybe we wouldn't be able to win it, but with this one we were able to win. So we are once again using Arden as our main damage dealer, and then we're bringing in Coco and Damien as kind of the healers. And then we are swapping in Shakir into the enemy backline, and we are giving Shakir the defense buff from the Rainier swap, and then we are running the healing artifact because we don't really care that much about the Confining spell in this case. And this is quite important, I feel like, this healing stuff, because it heals you from time to time, and it also gives you like defense, magic defense and physical damage defense. So we were able to win this one, so let's take a look. And then we have this variation whereby they have Paragon 1 Igor, Paragon 1 Ludovic, and then they are running Thoran. And in this one the Talene is only once again +10, and it's not even Supreme Plus, so I don't know if it was Supreme Plus plus 20, then maybe we wouldn't be able to win, but this time we are once again running Arden, Coco and Damien, but then we're bringing in Granny, because Granny is obviously good against Toran, because she can tank quite well against Toran and Igor. And then we are actually bringing Odie just to kill the enemy Igor quickly with the execute. So let's take a look at how this goes. And yeah, against this specific team, I've been able to win multiple times with using these heroes, and I think I maybe used Shakir at one point instead of Granny, and I was able to win that one as well. So then these are the teams that I haven't been able to win. So this one also has Paragon 2, Lily May, and then Paragon Talene and Haven. And with this one, if you compare it to the first team, you can see that the first team technically even had better heroes, because they had well, the difference is obviously that they, instead of Burial, they've used Scarlita, but the other heroes were better in the opponent's team. But this time they're using Confining Spell, and it's a different map, so I haven't actually tried that many times against this team. Like, I've tried a couple of times, but I lost them quite badly, so I kind of gave up on trying to win against this one. And I tried placing my heroes on kind of this area, but whoever I place in this position dies so quickly that then it's kind of over from that point forward. But I don't know, maybe with some, maybe it would be able with some assassins, like if I had plus 15 Sylvina attacking this Haven, and you would also put like Rainier buff on her, then yeah, it might be possible, so I might have to try that, but so far I haven't been able to win against this team. And then this is the other team that I haven't been able to win. I actually have one clip that I can show in which I tried to win against this, but I think the issue here is that the Shakir is just like, because you kind of want to group up your heroes, so that if you're using someone like Smokey, for example, the Smokey heal is kind of 2 tile range or whatever, so you kind of want to have everyone within the 2 tiles, and same with the Damien, it's a 2 tile range heal, so you kind of want to group up everyone. But then if you have everything grouped up, then this plus 20 Shakir will just jump in there and like hit everyone with his AoE, and he also has a healing reduction. And then Ludovic can provide like crazy amount of healing, and the stun from the if you don't know, when Ludovic is Supreme Plus, he gets stun for his heal, so whenever enemy first time touches the healing field, they will be stunned, so it's quite annoying, because I've tried something like swapping with the Rainier, swapping someone with the enemy Talene, but then when they get swapped, they are instantly stunned by the Ludovic stuff. So yeah, I haven't been able to win against this one, but I'm gonna show one try. Yeah, and then there is also this fight that that happened in the Supreme Arena side, so obviously it's a bit different because it's Supreme Arena, but I was able to win against this this Talene team that has Paragon 2 Granny and Paragon 3 Haven and Paragon 3 Coco, and they have like over 10 levels on us, but with the help of like Coco and Smokey, we were able to sustain, and then also were able to kill everyone and also was stunning the enemy Talene. So yeah, we can take a look at this one. So then I'm gonna show just clips of different Scarlita teams that I've been facing, and I'm not gonna be talking about between the clips. Basically you kind of have two options. One is to kill everyone before the Scarlita comes down, fully powered up, or then make a team that's so tanky that even when the Scarlita comes down, she can't kill everyone. So you can do that by having someone like Coco, and if you have Haven, then Coco plus Haven is a good combination because they both provide like the damage reduction, but since I don't have Haven, I'm using Coco and Rowan, for example. And I've had, I think most of these clips are gonna show Vala in use because I think that's a good combo with Coco and Vala, and then you just kill everyone kind of slowly. The thing with the Vala team is that there is a slight chance that you will lose because sometimes Vala get killed by the enemy Thoran, but the overall win rate is pretty good.
Get behind me, children! Another victory.
Let's go take it to him!
Check out my latest invention! Check out my latest invention!
Another Another
私は守るためにここへ来た。では
What kind of treasure awaits us today?
By the title of the swordsman. Arrest!
Everyone must pay.
Present. Your command?